गुड इवनिंग टू ऑल ऑफ यू डियर एस्पिरेंट्स। सभी अभ्यर्थीगण को मेरी ओर से शुभ संध्या। मैं एस.के. तिवारी, शशिकांत तिवारी, भारतीय प्रशासनिक सेवा से सेवानिवृत्त, आप सबों की तैयारी, सामान्य अध्ययन की तैयारी, चाहे वो संघ लोक सेवा आयोग की परीक्षा हो अथवा राज्य लोक सेवा आयोग की परीक्षा हो, जेपीएससी, बीपीएससी, सभी में तो सामान्य अध्ययन है ही। तो उसी के निमित्त प्रतिदिन 7:30 बजे मैं उपस्थित होता हूँ। कल रविवार है और रविवार के दिन मैंने जो यहाँ मैं निःशुल्क एकेडमी चलाता हूँ प्रशिक्षण के लिए, आप लोगों की तैयारी के लिए, मेंटरशिप के लिए, कोचिंग के लिए, जो भी कहिए, तो प्रत्येक शनिवार को निबंध के शीर्षक दिए जाते हैं। 1200 शब्दों में लिखना होता है। तो उसके लिए चंद्रा स्प्रिया जी, वेरी गुड इवनिंग। स्प्रिया जी, परशुराम जी, वेरी गुड इवनिंग। तो कल ऐसे जो निबंध आपने लिखा है तो उस पर हम लोग चर्चा करेंगे और उसी को हम लोग टारगेट करेंगे। तो 6:30 बजे तक अपना निबंध आप लोग प्रस्तुत करेंगे। तो सो नाइस, आप सभी को देखकर काफ़ी प्रसन्नता हो रही है। तो आइए बिना देरी किए, आप लोगों का समय बहुमूल्य है, कीमती है, टाइम एंड टाइड वेट फॉर नन। तो अब इसी को ख्याल में रखते हुए हम अब एमसीक्यूज को आपके समक्ष लाएंगे, जो बिल्कुल ताज़ा तरीन जो समसामयिक घटनाएं घटी हैं। आइए स्पेस से प्रारंभ करते हैं, स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी। Consider the following statement about PSLV C-53 मिशन। C-53 मिशन अभी हाल ही में है, बिल्कुल ताजा तरीन है। और वो मिशन क्या है? PSLV का फुल फॉर्म पोलर सैटेलाइट लॉन्च व्हीकल होता है। 3 स्टेटमेंट है इन PSLV 53 मिशन। द स्पेंट फाइनल स्टेज has been utilized as a stabilized platform to perform experiments. Or second, it is the first time that PS4 stage would orbit the Earth as a stabilized platform. Or तीसरा, it is the first time India has demonstrated the capability of using PS4 as an orbital platform. Yes, Simi Tiwari, very good evening to you. वंडरफुल। और ये नंबर भी आप हमको मैसेज कर देती, व्हाट्सअप कर देती तो बहुत अच्छा होता है, क्योंकि वो सिमी तिवारी का जो नंबर आपका है तो उस पर आपको मैसेज नहीं जा पाता है। तो आभास कुमार का ये जो नंबर है, तो इसको आप भेजने की कृपा होती तो बड़ा अच्छा रहता। ओके, मैं ग्लैड भी होता। इट्स the first time that India has demonstrated the capability of using PS4, okay, as an orbital platform. Yes, thank you. तो अब आपको ये करेक्ट इसमें क्या है बताना है। Which of the statement given above is are correct? A 1 and 2 only, B 2 and 3 only, C 1 and 3 only, and D all of the above। तो इस प्रकार से ये आपको बहुविकल्पी प्रश्न दिखाई पड़ते हैं। और अब ये ऑर्बिटल प्लेटफॉर्म तो फर्स्ट टाइम नहीं है, सो सी थर्ड स्टेटमेंट इज नॉट करेक्ट। आवर आंसर शुड बी 1 and 2, that is A. A should be, yes, Parasuram ji, correct, wonderful, great. You have given the correct answer. So in PSLV C-53 mission, the spent final stage has been utilized as a stabilized platform to perform experiments. This is correct. Yes, Priyaji, A is the correct answer. It is the first time that PS4 stage has orbited the Earth as a stabilized platform. अब ये capability of using PS4 as orbital platform, this is not correct. So our answer should be 1 and 2 only. Dear aspirants, let us move to the next question. And this two is very much current, I should say, related to the election of vice president. CTFS about vice president. Number one, Political parties cannot issue any whip to their MPs in the matter of voting in the vice presidential election. Second statement, a petition challenging the election of vice president is heard by a five-judge bench of the Supreme Court of India. So this way we have two statements, dear aspirants. Let me reread it for your better understanding and grasping. Political parties cannot issue any whip to their MPs in the matter of voting in vice presidential election. I am a little bit slow so that you may easily understand. One only is the call given by uh, Isprihaji, but here we have both the statement correct. Okay, C should be the answer. Both the statements correct. Okay, so a petition challenging the election of vice president is heard by a five-judge bench of the Supreme Court of India. This information is very, very important, dear aspirants, and you should note it down in your notebook because uh, because for future revision sake, you may say. So political parties cannot issue any whip to their MPs in the matter of voting in vice presidential election, and a petition challenging the election of vice president is heard by five-judge bench of the Supreme Court of India. And Isprihaji is telling noted, so it's very good, very nice. Now, let us see next question, and here it is. CTFS consider the following statement about the short-term cooperative structure in India. So this was also very much there in the news in the national daily, that is the Hindu. So CTFS about the short-term cooperative structure in India, and we have only two statements in this MCQ. The first statement, it is referred to as the federal structure of the short-term credit cooperative with two tiers. Two tiers. Now, second, the unitary structure is mainly observed in northeastern region, wherein the SCBs provide credit directly to PACs. Okay, PACs you all know, instead of any district level intermediary. What is intermediary? Madhyavarti. So which of the statement given above is are correct? A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2, and D neither 1 nor 2. So here the second statement is correct. First statement is not correct. It is referred to as federal structure of the short-term credit cooperative with two tiers. This is not correct. Okay, because you all know, yes, B is the correct answer. Very good, Isprihaji. The second statement is correct. The second statement is correct. So, dear aspirants, now let us move to the next question. And here it is. Which of the following is not a landlocked country? This is the typical style of asking questions. Okay, while you are preparing for UPSC type of examination, dear aspirants, which of the following is not a landlocked country? चारों तरफ से स्थल हो, जल नहीं हो, लैंड लॉक्ड हो गया. ए लाओस, बी अजरबैजान, सी भूटान और डी वियतनाम. खोजना क्या है? नॉट. तो कौन सा है? ए है, बी है, सी है, डी है. व्हाट्स योर आंसर? Which country is not a landlocked country? Laos, Azerbaijan, Bhutan, and Vietnam. So, what should be the answer, dear aspirants? If you are ready to answer, okay. So, you all know Vietnam. Yes, very good. D is the correct answer, is Priyaji. You should be sure. D is the answer. D is the answer. So, वियतनाम ये लैंडलॉक्ड कंट्री नहीं है. लाओस लैंडलॉक्ड है, अजरबैजान है और भूटान तो है ही. So this way our answer should be D, and Ispriha ji has answered correctly. So it's correct answer. Let us move to the next important question, and here we have CTFS consider the following statement regarding harmonized system codes HS. So this was also very much there in the news. That's why here it is in form of MCQ. While you are reading the Hindu, okay, or any standard magazine related to UPSC examination like Kurukshetra Yojana, you should be able to prepare your own and apply your own mind to have some innovative, I should say, innovative mind, okay, to frame questions while reading the news items. So here, this question relates to that very innovation. CTFS regarding harmonized system code, we have three statements. It is administrated by the World Customs Organization. World Customs Organization. Dear aspirants, you should write it in your notebook. The second statement, it is called the Universal Economic Language for Goods. Universal Economic Language for Goods. And the third statement, the HS assigns a specific 6-digit codes for varying classification and commodities A12, B23, C13, and D123. So here, what should be the answer? Okay, if you know about this harmonized system, yes, Isprihaji, correct, wonderful, great. All the statements are correct. One, two, three is the correct answer. Okay, so let me read it for your better understanding, and I think you should write it. So, harmonized system, HS code. Yes, Parsuramji, your answer is also correct. So, it is administrated by the World Customs Organization. This is worth to note down. Now, it is called the Universal Economic Language for Goods. This is also very important. And the third statement, the HS assigns a specific 6-digit codes for varying classifications and commodities. So all the statements in this MCQ are correct. So our answer should be D, that is 1, 2, 3. And Isprihaji and Parshuram Kumar, both of them have answered it correctly. Dear aspirants, now let us move to the next important question, and this is also very, very important. Now, for the sake of the recent news items, I would like to mention some uh, uh, most important news items for your knowledge sake. Okay, for your enhancement, enrichment of your general knowledge. I should say, Attorney General. Okay, it's a constitutional post. Recently, Attorney General K.K. Venugopal has been reappointed as the country's top law officer for a period of 3 months. Okay, so this is very, very important because they may put a question for 3 years. Okay, so here it is important and you should get this point. Recently, Attorney General K.K. Venugopal has been reappointed as the country's top law officer for a period of 3 months, not years. Okay, so this way, and he is as a 90 years, and he has been appointed. He was appointed by the president, okay, to succeed Mukul Rohatgi as AG, okay, Attorney General. So he was an eminent advocate of the Supreme Court. He served as Additional Solicitor General of India between 79 to 80. Mr. Venugopal was conferred the Padma Bhushan in 2002 and Padma Vibhushan in 2015. So this is Attorney General of India is the highest law officer of the country. Dear aspirants, this is also worth to note here. You should conceptualize it, you should note it down. Okay, Attorney General of India is the highest law officer of the country. He is the chief legal advisor to the government of India. Constitutional provision, what is there? Article 76. So Article 76 of the Constitution has provided for the office of Attorney General of India. He is appointed by the president. So these are the tips for MCQ. Okay. So on the advice of Union Cabinet of Ministers, he is, of course, he is appointed by the President of India on the advice of Union Cabinet of Ministers. The person appointed must be a citizen of India. This is common. He must be qualified to be a Supreme Court judge. This is the minimum qualification. He must either be a judge of a high court for 5 years, or an advocate in a high court for 10 years, or an eminent jurist in the president's opinion. So these are the three basics, you may say. And now this, okay, para is very, very important. The term of office of AC is not fixed by the constitution. This is tricky question, you may face it. Amit Singh, I got selected as DSP. This is wonderful, Amit. I like it. And congratulations. And let my all aspirants, Civil Services Academy, they should congratulate you. Please accept my congratulations. And if you find time to visit Devghar, please, you are welcome here in Civil Services Academy. It's in Jasidi, you all know. So Isprihaji is also sending congratulations to Amit Singh. Very nice. So cracked JPSC, yes, wonderful, great. And you have to crack UPSC as well, because you are most aspiring candidate as ever I have seen. So Mr. Amit. Now, something related to this topic, please concentrate. The Constitution does not contain the procedure and grounds for his removal. So this is also important. First one, the term of office of, okay, Attorney General is not fixed by the Constitution. The second, the Constitution does not contain the procedure and grounds for his removal. Thus, he or she holds the office during the pleasure of, okay, president. He she may also quit his office by submitting his resignation to the president. AG has the right of audience in all courts in the territory of India. He has the right to speak and to take part in proceedings of both the houses of parliament. This is also most tricky question. And then after, he enjoys all the privileges and immunities that are available to a member of parliament. So MP की जो भी सुविधाएं हैं उन्हें प्रदत्त होती हैं, और काम क्या करेंगे? To advise the government on legal matters that are referred to him by the president. So this is also very, very important. To advise the government on legal matters that are referred to him by the president. He is bound to perform any other functions conferred upon him by the Constitution. Among the duties conferred upon him by the president are to appear on behalf of the central government, okay, before the Supreme Court, to represent the central government in any reference made to the Supreme Court under Article 143 by the president, to appear in any high court for a case where the government of India is concerned. So, dear aspirants, these are the most important informations related to Attorney General of India. So, very nice. Now, Udyami Bharat program. So, this is also worth to mention, worth to discuss, and worth to note down. Udyami Bharat. So, recently, our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, launched several schemes and programs at Udyami Bharat program in New Delhi. Udyami Bharat program. Now, he launched key initiatives like raising and accelerating MSME performance. This is known as ramp, RAMP, raising and accelerating MSME, okay, micro, small, enterprises performance ramp scheme, capacity building of first time MSME exporters. Okay, this is also there. CBFTE, this is known as CBFTE. So these are the new most important uh, news items. That's why I'm mentioning here. New features of Prime Minister's Employment Generation Program. This is PMEGP. This is also there. And you all know, you are well acquainted with the fact, significance of MSME sector. The MSME sector contributes about 30%. Dear aspirants, please write it in your notebook. 30% of India's GDP, over 48% exports, and 45% of manufacturing output, and creates 11.1 crore jobs through 6.34 crore enterprises. Now, raising and accelerating MSME performance, this initiative, okay, has an outlay of 6,000 crore rupees. So this is also very important. And what are the aims and objectives of this program? To scale up the implementation capacity and coverage of MSMEs in the states with impact enhancement of existing MSME schemes. So this is very, very important, dear aspirants, for the with perspective to your prelims or mains examination. Now, something about FEO Act. So this was also there in the news. Fugitive Economic Offender. Okay, so fugitive economic offender, and defined by Fugitive Economic Offender FEO Act 2018. So, any individual against whom a warrant for arrest has been issued by any court in India, who has left India so as to avoid criminal prosecution, or being abroad refuses to return to India to face criminal prosecution. The total value involved in offense is more than rupees 100 crores. तो ये एक बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट बात है. The offenses under different acts as below have been enlisted in scheduled of the act. So this is also very, very important, dear aspirants. And this way, I have mentioned some of the headliners, some of the topmost न्यूज आइटम्स, ये आपको मैंने बताया, और इसमें आप लोगों को निश्चित रूप से नई जानकारी प्राप्त हुई होगी. अब एक क्वेश्चन आपको बताएं, बहुत सिंपल सवाल, सुनिए. हु अमंग द फॉलोइंग पर्संस आर एलिजिबल टू वोट इन इंडिया? भारत में मतदान के लिए देने के लिए किनको अर्हता प्राप्त है? 1, पर्संस आउट ऑफ बेल, जो बेल पर छूटे हुए हैं, क्या वो वोट देने का अधिकार है? सेकंड, पर्संस अंडर ट्रायल, ओके, जिन पर ट्रायल चल रहा है कोर्ट में, क्या वो वोट दे सकते हैं? और थर्ड, पर्संस अंडर प्रिवेंटिव डिटेंशन, जो बिल्कुल हवालात के अंदर है, ओके, तो क्या वो मतदान दे सकते हैं? चूज द करेक्ट ऑप्शन. A 1-2 only, B 2-3 only, C 1-3 only, and D all of the above. और जीके राज इवनिंग बता रहे हैं, यस, वेरी गुड. स्प्रिया जी ने बताया 1-2, बट द आंसर इज 1-3. 1-3 इज द आंसर. संगीता चौहान भी आ गई, वंडरफुल, वेरी गुड संगीता. तो परशुराम जी ने ए बताया, बट द आंसर इज 1-3. ओके, नाउ persons under trial are not entitled to, not eligible to vote in India. Okay, but persons out of bail, they can cast their vote, and persons under preventive detention, they also can cast their vote. But how, sir? बट हाउ सर? ओके, तो इसको लिख लीजिए और गूगल करके देख लीजिएगा। हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, लेकिन जब आपने पूछा तो बताना तो पड़ेगा। द पर्सन अंडर प्रिवेंटिव कस्टडी हैड द प्रॉपर, ओके, टू वोट बट नॉट अंडर ट्रायल्स एंड कन्विक्ट्स। जब ट्रायल और कन्विक्ट होगा तो वोट नहीं दे सकते हैं। पर्सन्स आउट ऑन बेल आर आल्सो एलिजिबल टू वोट। सर, जेल में रहते हुए वोट कर सकता है, बिल्कुल कर सकता है, ओके। लेकिन अगर ट्रायल है, अंडर ट्रायल है, अथवा ओके वो अथवा कन्विक्ट है, कन्विक्टेड है, तो वो वोट देने का अधिकारी नहीं है, वो इलिजिबल नहीं है। इलिजिबल मीन्स योग्यता। अब इसी तरह से एक और क्वेश्चन देखिए, काफी मजेदार, खूब अच्छा लगेगा। CTFS अबाउट द MTP अमेंडमेंट एक्ट। ओके, MTP अमेंडमेंट एक्ट, इसको देखें। द एक्ट रेजेस द अपर gestation limit from 20 to 26 weeks for particular groups of women। 20 से 26 सप्ताह इसका लिमिट बढ़ा दिया गया। दूसरा, इट ऑल्सो अलाउज अनमैरिड वीमेन टू टर्मिनेट ए प्रेगनेंसी। और तीसरा, द ग्राउंड ऑफ फेल्योर ऑफ कॉन्ट्रासेप्टिव्स टू टर्मिनेट ए प्रेगनेंसी कैन नाउ बी यूज्ड फॉर एबॉर्शन फॉर अप टू 24 वीक्स। तो ये 3 तरह की बातें हैं, आपको बताना है क्या करेक्ट है। A1 वनली, B2 वनली, C3 वनली और D तो नन हो गया। तो इसमें करेक्ट है केवल दूसरा। ओके, दूसरा स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है। द अपर जेस्टेशन लिमिट इज रेज्ड फ्रॉम 20 to 24 weeks, it is not 26। so first statement is not correct, okay, which would be described in the MTPA। now अब इसके आगे जो है, अंडर द एक्ट ए प्रेगनेंसी में बी टर्मिनेटेड अप टू 20 weeks by a married women। so dear aspirants, okay, third statement is not correct, so only second statement is correct। it also allows unmarried women to terminate a pregnancy। so these are the new provisions, that's why I have brought it here। now the next question, dear aspirants, CTFS consider the following statements, and we have only 2 statements। under the Constitution of India, labor is a subject in the concurrent list। श्रम समवर्ती सूची का विषय है, तो क्या ये करेक्ट है, ये आपको बताना है। और सेकंड, ग्रीन जॉब्स आर दोज विच हेल्प रिड्यूस निगेटिव इन्वायरमेंटल इंपैक्ट। निगेटिव इन्वायरमेंटल इंपैक्ट, तो अब आपने आंसर बताना है। प्रिय अभ्यर्थीगण, I had read and noted this news while it was related to Sushma Swaraj decision। yes, very good स्प्रिया जी, वंडरफुल। और आपका तो CDPO में अब होने ही जा रहा है, ओके। अब both are correct is the call given by Mr. DSP Amit Singh, and this is the correct answer। wonderful Mr. DSP, you are continuing your work, और अब तो UPSC क्रैक कर ही के रहना है। वेरी गुड। So under the Constitution of India, labor is a subject in concurrent list where both the central and state governments are competent to enact legislation subject to certain matters being reserved for the center। तो ये है प्रावधान जो संविधान में व्याख्यायित है। Now, according to International Labour Organization, jobs are green when they help reduce negative environmental impact, ultimately leading to environmentally, economically, and socially sustainable enterprises and economies। More precisely, green jobs are decent jobs that reduce consumption of energy and raw materials, limit greenhouse gas emissions, minimize waste and pollution, protect and restore ecosystems। so this is all about green jobs। now please concentrate to this very important question। consider the following statement: total assets in the private sector banking is more than public sector banking. Now banking is in two sectors, public sector and private sector. So here there is a statement, please concentrate. Total assets in the private sector banking is more than public sector banking. Now the second, आप एसपी बनेंगे परशुराम जी, अरे वाह, वेरी गुड, वेरी गुड. Second, the mergers of bank was proposed by PJ Nayak committee in 2014. Okay, so you might have gone through this news regarding the merger of banks. Dena Bank has been merged with Bank of Baroda, that is BOB, not Bay of Bengal, but Bank of Baroda. Now, which of the above statement are correct? A1 only, B2 only, C both 1 and 2. So B is correct. The mergers of banks was proposed by PJ Naik committee. इसको लिख लेना है. पीजे नाइक कमिटी के द्वारा ये बैंकों के विलय, मर्जर को रिकमेंड किया गया था, अनुशंसित किया गया था. और पहला जो स्टेटमेंट है दैट इज नॉट करेक्ट, बिकॉज द टोटल एसेट इन पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट बैंकिंग सेक्टर्स वेयर US dollar 1602.65 billion and US dollar 878.56 billion respectively. So प्राइवेट सेक्टर में अधिक है, ये तो स्टेटमेंट बिल्कुल गलत हो गया. टोटल एसेट पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंकिंग में अधिक है. So dear aspirants, now here is a question related to OECD, Economic Cooperation and Development, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, and this is going to be the concluding question of the day. So please concentrate, please listen. CTFS about Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. It is an intergovernmental organization with 38 member countries. Second, OECD's headquarters is at the Paris, France, in Paris, France. Third, India is also a member of OECD, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. So you have to find out the correct statement. A13, B12, C2 and D123. Dear aspirants, India is not a member of OECD. So our answer should be 1, 2, that is B. So please write it. इंडिया इसका मेंबर नहीं है और दोनों बाकी स्टेटमेंट करेक्ट है. सो एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, ओके, अब तो 8 बज गए, केवल आधे घंटे मेरे साथ प्रत्येक दिन. सो थैंक यू फॉर ज्वाइनिंग मी डियर एस्पिरेंट्स, और आप लोगों को यहीं पर हमें छोड़ना होगा. गुड नाइट, बाय बाय.